It says here, now therefore go, and I will be thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. And he said, O my Lord, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him whom thou wilt send. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses. Sorry, backpedaling. Don't want to do it. Still looking at himself. And God just told him, I'll be your mouth. Go ahead on. I'm going to be your mouth. But see, it's almost like a kid. You know, they're trying to ride a bike and you say, well, okay, go ahead. I got you. You know, and you give them a little push and you riding, you walking right along with them and they so afraid, they scared. Dad, don't turn loose. You know, God is saying, look, I'm going to be with you. You know, and I can understand, you know, the fear, you know, that's in Moses, because that's just a part of us. You know, when you go and looking at something that to your eyes are virtually impossible, because you going down here to look into a man's face that you know how he is, huh? You know how he is because you were down there at one time. You know how he rose. Even though the Most High is instructing you, go ahead on. I got your back. But anyway, let's go a little further here. He says here, against Moses, and he said, is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? Now, as we said earlier, all 12 of the boys was down there. Levi was down there too, in Egypt. Now, Moses is a Levite, and so is Aaron. And they finna go down in Egypt and bring everybody out. Huh? But we had one to talk about that, about Jethro, you know, that he was just a priest. Admitted you, he wasn't a Levite. But anyway, we already talked about that. But let's go forward here. It says here, Aaron thy Levite, thy brother, I know that he can speak well, and also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee, and when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart. Now, let's go ahead on down to 15, say, and thou shalt speak unto him, and put words in his mouth, and I will be with thy mouth, and with his mouth, and will teach you what ye should do. See that? He's still dealing with Moses, and whatever Moses says, then it goes down to Aaron. But everything coming through Moses. Now look what he says. And 16 says, and he shall be thy spokesman unto the people, and he shall be to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of God. See that? Everything coming down through Moses. Moses is going to be just like God to Aaron, because the word of God is coming down through Moses. Now, let's go a little further. Let's go to Exodus 19. But he's still dealing with who? One man. Exodus 19. Now watch this in, my brothers and sisters. Let's look at verses 3. It says, and Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say unto the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel. See that? Now, Moses here is, you see, God dealing with one man. One man. Moses as well. Up in the mountain talking with God by himself. No, God is not talking to everybody. God uses one man. And like they talk about that crap over there in the New Testament, talking about the transfiguration when Jesus went up into the mountain, and then Moses and Elijah was there, and Jesus had his little punk buddies with him. That ain't how God rose. You can see right now through these pages right here how God rose. God rose with one man. But now you got on the mountain, you got Jesus and all of his little buddies up there. God don't roll like that. No, God don't roll like that. God deals with one man. Now, let's go a little further here. We're in Exodus 19 here, Let's go to the book of Joshua. And watch it right here, my brothers and sisters. Watch this. God deals with one man. The book of Joshua, let's look at Joshua 1, verse 5. Let's look at Joshua 1, verse 5. Look, it said, there shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so will I be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. See that? The Most High is dealing with who? Joshua. Who else? That's it. One man. He goes on, he say, be strong and of good courage. For unto this people shall thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swore unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mightest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mightest prosper wheresoever thou goest. Then he goes on here. He says, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, and that thou mightest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Verse 9 says, have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee wheresoever thou goest. Now watch right here. Then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, see that? Joshua gave down the orders to those that were under him. But who is God dealing with? One man. God doesn't change his program. Just like I said, I'm going to say it again. I don't search the web, but I know different ones that be on the web, and they came back and confirmed to me that you got a lot of them out there talking about I'm Israel this and I'm Israel that and we are this and we're that. And see, that's not the way of the Most High. The Most High has one person that he has set over the whole house of Israel, and I'm going to show you. God has one person. That's how he deals with it. I'm showing you right now through the pages. God does not have all these out here talking about they teaching this and they teaching that. All that's nothing but bullshit. They are liars. They are not from the Most High. I'm showing you right in the pages. These words on these pages does not lie. God deals with one man in a dispensation of time. One man. He's not dealing with everybody. All I'm talking about, I'm doing this. God has one man. He speaks to him. Then he hands down the orders to all the rest of them. That's why I tell you guys, I said it all before. I say, I know we got people that's coming every week. They come and get the message and they leave. But I said, I hope, that they're Hebrew and they're taking it back, feeding the children. And that's the way it's supposed to be. But all this other stuff they got out there, I mean, like I said, I hadn't searched it, but I know that I'm confident that the ones that comes back and tells me this, I can trust them. Now, we see here Joshua handing down the orders to the officers about what we're going to do. Get ready tomorrow because what? We're going over Jordan. Now, let's go a little further here. Let's look at Joshua 23. Now, God is still dealing with one man. Joshua 23 here, let's read verses 1 through 7. It says, it came to pass a long time after the Lord had gave rest unto Israel from all their enemies round about, that Joshua waxed old and stricken in age. And Joshua called all the elders, he called all of Israel. See here? Now watch this. This is how the Most High operates. I'm telling you, if you look at the pages and look at the words and think about it, you will see the rest of that stuff out there. Nothing but bullshit. Look what he says here. Joshua called all of Israel and their elders. See that? And for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers, and said unto them, I am old and stricken in age. He says, and ye have seen all that the Lord your God has done unto all these nations because of you. He says, for the Lord your God is he that has fought for you. Verse 4, he said, behold, I have divided unto you by lots these nations that remain, and to be an inheritance for your tribes, from Jordan with all the nations that I have cut off, even unto the great sea westward. And the Lord your God, he shall expel them from before you, and drive them from out of your sight, and ye shall possess their land, as the Lord your God has promised unto you. But ye therefore, be ye therefore very courageous to keep and do all that is written in the book of the law of Moses, that ye turn not aside therefrom to the right hand or to the left hand, that ye come not among these nations, these that remain among you, neither make mention of the name of their gods, nor cause to swear by them, neither serve them, nor bow yourselves unto them. But cleave unto the Lord your God, as ye have done unto this day. For the Lord has driven out from before you great nations and strong. But as for you, no man has been able to stand before you unto this day. This is the way that we was when we was in our own land and obeying the Most High. Now look what he says. Here he says, one man of you shall chase 1,000. For the Lord your God, he it is that fights for you, as he has promised you. Take good heed therefore unto yourselves, that ye love the Lord your God. Else if you do in any wise go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations, even these that remain among you, and shall make merry with them, and go in unto them, and they to you, know for a certainty that the Lord your God will no more drive out any of these nations from before you, but by they shall be snares and traps for you. See that? Now here's what he said. When you go and marry with them, having babies with them, that's why we stress here. You know, all this mingling and going outside your nation, that's a no-no. And as I said, Israel, you guys that have been following us for any time at all, you know we talk about the mix and the mingle every now and again. But when we do talk about it, we let you know that that is something that you shouldn't do. But Israel, we are over here in Egypt, and there's a lot of mix and mingle over here. That's why we stress to you guys all the time. There's so many out there that's hollering about I'm Hebrew, I'm Israelite, and that couldn't be further from the truth. The Most High Word cannot lie. He says, I'm going to bring you to naught. That's what he means. There's not a whole lot of us. He said he can save unto the thousands with an S, not millions. But everywhere, according to my reliable sources that I talk with over the internet, it's all over the internet. Oh, I'm Hebrew, this and that. And you can look at them, and their face it's a giveaway. That's why you have all this other stuff out there talking about I'm Hebrew and this is how we're doing it, and got people dressing up in clown suits and saying all this stuff about beards and all and that can be further from the truth. I mean, I could see